What would you do if your son's new girlfriend looked absolutely perfect, but something felt deeply wrong? At Thanksgiving dinner, everyone smiled. She laughed at every joke. She knew exactly what to say. Then my son quietly turned his coffee mug upside down. He looked straight at me and whispered, "Dad." That was our signal. What happened next changed our family forever. Thanksgiving had always been the one day our entire family gathered around the same table. My wife spent hours preparing dinner, my daughter decorated the house, and everyone waited excitedly to meet Ethan's new girlfriend. He had only been dating her for 4 months, but according to him, she was the one. When they arrived, Emily seemed flawless. She greeted everyone by name, brought thoughtful gifts, complimented the food, and somehow made every conversation about the other person instead of herself. Everyone adored her within minutes. Everyone, except me. I couldn't explain it. She never stumbled over her words. She never disagreed with anyone. She never looked uncomfortable. It was almost like she had rehearsed every moment before walking through our front door. During dinner, Ethan barely spoke. That wasn't like him. Normally he was the loudest person at the table. Instead, he kept glancing toward Emily as if he was waiting for permission before speaking. Every time I asked him a question, she answered first. It was subtle, almost invisible, but I noticed. Years ago, when Ethan was a teenager, we created a private emergency signal. If he ever felt unsafe but couldn't say it out loud, he would simply place his coffee mug upside down. No words, no panic, just the mug. We never imagined we'd actually use it. Halfway through dessert, he did exactly that. He calmly flipped his mug upside down. Nobody reacted. Nobody except me. Our eyes met for less than a second. Then he quietly said, "Dad, can you help me bring another chair from the garage?" I nodded. Outside, as soon as the garage door closed, his confident smile disappeared. His hands were shaking. "Dad, I don't know what to do." I asked what was wrong. He took a deep breath. "She controls everything. My phone, my money, my friends. She reads every message before I send it. If I don't answer within 5 minutes, she accuses me of cheating." I wanted tonight to prove I wasn't imagining it. I stood there speechless. Back inside, everyone still believed Emily was the sweetest person they'd ever met. That's the scary part about emotional manipulation. It rarely looks dangerous from the outside. We returned to dinner. I didn't confront her. Instead, after everyone left, Ethan stayed behind. That night we talked for hours. No judgment, no pressure, just honesty. Over the following weeks, he slowly ended the relationship. It wasn't easy. There were angry messages, unexpected visits, promises that everything would change. But he stayed strong. Months later, he admitted something that still stays with me today. If we hadn't created that signal years ago, I probably would have stayed. Sometimes the smallest family traditions become the biggest lifelines. You never know when someone you love will need a silent way to ask for help. Not every dangerous situation looks dangerous. Sometimes it arrives wearing a perfect smile. Sometimes the bravest thing someone can do isn't shouting for help. It's quietly turning a coffee mug upside down. If this story made you think, remember this. Create a family signal today. You may never need it, but one day, it could save someone you love.